Welcome to the BS High School Report. This episode features Creighton Prep football star and Division I prospect Mason Armstead. And now, live from Planet Sub in Omaha, here's Bob Sullivan.
Into a brand new BS High School Report at Planet Sub. Today I'm joined by Creighton Prep football star Mason Armstead. Mason, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Before we get started, I got some SAT prep questions for you. I've seen that you've been getting recruited by the Ivy Leagues.
Right.
So I just want to go over. Okay. Question 15.
Right.
What is the distance between the x-intercept and the y-intercept of the line y equals 2/3?
Oh man, what is this?
2/3 x minus 6.
See, this is, you're catching me off guard right now.
Is math not your? That's not.
I mean, I did all right on the ACT, but my weak point is reading. That's what it was. But I mean, I guess it's good enough to get into Ivy League.
Well, let's. Who cares? No one needs the SAT anyway. All right. Well, yeah, I think you might be the smartest person I've had on the show with the Ivy League calling your name. So Mason, being recruited as an athlete, correct?
Right.
So what would you like to play? What are you doing right now to?
I'm recruited as an athlete right now, but obviously I'm open to both sides. Mostly on the wide receiver side, though. That's where most of it's been. That's where all my Ivies are. And then South Dakota State's actually a DB. Coach Jackson likes me a lot there. So, one of my top schools. Most of them are wide receiver, but they're still coming at DB. And then my FBS attention's also at wide receiver. So.
Have you made a visit to Yale or Dartmouth?
Yeah. This summer, at the time I had Yale and Harvard, so we went out there. What was it? I think it was early July. Did those camps and then took visits and stuff. Got to look around, so it was really nice. We have family that lives on the East Coast in Long Island, so we got to stay Long Island and then head out to Boston and New Haven and check out those places. So.
Those schools are 300-ish years old.
Right, yeah.
What was the coolest part of both of those campuses?
The whole thing, both schools are really they just look really historic, really old, churches and everything. But I think the coolest part was getting to see, I think it's called the Skull and Bones at Yale or whatever, super secret society. And I had a bunch of them on campus, but this is one of the top ones. And that was really cool to see is no windows or anything. And it was just, they talked about, I guess it has the highest water bill in Connecticut somehow.
Oh.
I don't know how, but they've never seen. The guy that took me on the tour, the coach, said that no one's ever seen anyone come in or out for 7 years he's been there. So, but I thought that was pretty cool. So,
are you kind of into haunted and spooky things?
I just thought it just completely spooked me because I didn't know things like that existed, and there's a couple presidents that were there in the society, and usually he said they have only one captain at Yale every year, so usually the captain football team gets inducted in, so I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah.
That's something to look forward to.
Yeah, that would be something that would be really cool.
So East Coast, is there anything, is there a particular draw out there right now, or are you just looking for somewhere to play football, or is there?
Like I said, I have family out there, but really just looking for football. They came to me in Ivy League education. My parents obviously they like it a lot, so they took it pretty serious, and we've already been out there once, and got a couple other schools that have been interested in me lately. So I think we're gonna take a couple officials out there again, see what a game day atmosphere is like, but. So they're definitely towards the top right now.
Did you get to visit? You did visit Dartmouth?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I was hoping to hear about their practices, because don't they use robots or something?
1 or 2 days after they offered me, this was at the beginning of the school year, my dad sent me a tweet, and I looked at it, and they don't hit during practice or whatever it was.
No.
So I was like, that's crazy. It's like, this is school that just offered you, and they don't hit in practice and stuff. But yeah, I thought that was really cool. But I had no clue. That's something I'd have to ask, my recruiter about that. But yeah, that was pretty interesting.
What was the was it always football? Do you play any other sports or?
When I was younger, I was always a basketball guy. I played AAU, traveled and all that. Always been a basketball guy. I played football actually 3rd and 4th grade. 3rd grade, my first year, broke my arm for the year, out for the year. And then going to basketball, so I missed basketball. Then 4th grade year, went through the whole year, did well. Then 5th grade, broke my foot again, out the whole year before the year even started. So 2 out of 3 years I didn't play. And then going to basketball, like, all right, I don't want to do this. Like, it's messing with basketball and stuff. So I actually didn't play football again until freshman year. They convinced me to come out and play freshman football, and it's just been football ever since. Played basketball freshman, sophomore year and stuff, but grew a love for football. I've always loved it. I love watching it, college football and everything. So when I tried out again freshman year and did well, so it's just stuck ever since.
What's your favorite subject in school?
Oh man. Honestly, it's usually a teacher. Like, I'll dislike all subjects like evenly. I think history's pretty cool. Man, I don't know. I think science is pretty interesting. Biology, chemistry, all that. I think that's pretty cool. But yeah.
Favorite book that you've been forced to read during school? Your years of school?
Probably Huckleberry Finn.
Really?
Okay, yeah, I thought that was interesting. We just read another book called A Whole My Life about this guy went to prison, how he changed his life. I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, I'd say those two are up there.
I think my favorite is Where the Red Fern Grows.
Well, yeah, we haven't read that, but a lot.
If you haven't read it by now, don't go back to it. It's like page 12.
Yeah, I think most schools, read the same books. I feel like, you got Huckleberry Finn, Macbeth. I feel like every high school student reads those books, but I don't think the curriculum changes. Like, my dad's read the same books and all that.
Yeah. Do you guys have to do Catcher in the Rye?
We haven't done that.
I don't think I did either, but I know that was one of those.
Right.
It was considered like really offensive.
Yeah.
It was
Right.
a
Yeah.
book, and I was more offended that we had to talk about a book versus TV.
Right.
Speaking of TV, favorite TV show that you're watching right now?
Oh man. QB1. Not really into like a big guy into TV. No, I watch a lot of YouTube and stuff, but
Yeah.
QB1 for sure. I haven't finished it, but I've watched the first two. I'm on the third one right now. I think those are just really interesting.
I like, was it the Friday Night Tykes? The one with
The little kids?
Yeah.
I used to watch that. Yeah, that was crazy. Those little kids, like
The coaches
Outlaws
are
and stuff.
nuts.
Oh yeah, there's like Little League football, and they're just like, it's like they're in the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Well, and like the dinners that those kids are having, where it's like the mom's like, "Are you sure you're really ready for your next game?
Yeah.
Are you thinking about every move that you're gonna make in the next game?" It's like, dude, this lady, your son's like 8.
I remember. I think I don't know. I think it might have been the first season, but when the guy that like coached the Broncos or something, and like
Yeah.
he was so into it, he was having problems with his relationship. Like,
Didn't he ended up having to leave the job too? It's like,
it's like this
Dude,
is
you're
like
a loser.
Pee-wee football. Like, you gotta like if it's messing with your relationship with your wife, like it's not that deep.
no. What's it? Last Chance U.
I didn't finish this season. I couldn't. I couldn't.
Did see with that show and like make the documentaries that are out, like Making a Murderer.
Right.
My issue is to not ruin the TV show. I don't read anything. So like if I hear like if I see like something on Google like Brendan Dassey is like, okay, scroll, get out.
Right.
And I was following Jason Brown on Twitter, and there's just story after
Yeah,
story
yeah,
about
I
him.
was
It's like, man, I don't want to
yeah,
hear it.
yeah.
And then people are like, hey, they lost a game this week. I don't care. Like,
I remember before it came out, because I tried to do the same thing, I just don't look at it. And they do a pretty good job keeping it secret. But I just wouldn't look at it or any JUCO football. And I think I slipped up once and I saw it and I was like, and I just like, I hope that's not true.
Yeah.
And then you watch the first episode and you're like, okay, there's no way. They got a squad this year. And then they're just terrible. I stopped. The first 2 seasons are good though. First 3 seasons are good.
First 3. And yeah, the wheels just completely come off.
Oh yeah.
The thing I didn't like about Independence was there was no, like, you saw some of the like broken kids,
Right.
but there was no like Brittany Wagner where she's like trying to reclaim, like,
yeah, she was awesome. Like, you know, like guys like Ali, all those guys. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think it was a lot of it was just focused on Coach Brown.
Yeah, him smoking a cigar.
Always just always were focused on him.
Which made it entertaining.
Yeah, because he was an entertaining guy.
Yeah. All right. So 2 more questions.
Yeah.
First one. If there was a fictional coach from a movie, doesn't matter what sport, be Whoopi Goldberg from Eddie,
Right.
who would you want to coach you?
Oh, this is a good one. Man, I don't know. Who coached the Space Jam? Who coached the? You know who that
Oh, the
was?
Monstar? Wasn't Jordan kind of player coach?
Yeah, I think player coach. I think I'd want that. Kind
You
of
want a player coach
player
for it?
coach type thing. Yeah, maybe if I was in charge, or just let the guys play.
I felt like there was too many. There was like 3 player coaches on
Yeah, anyway, the big guy. Who's the fat guy?
that. Wayne Knight.
Yeah, the big guy. All those Tweety Bird and all that. I'd probably say that player coach or something like that.
All right. Last question. What do you want to study when you go to college?
Oh man.
Any idea?
No, I mean, I've got a general idea, maybe business, sports management, but I ain't know where I want to go to school, so I have no idea what I'm going to, but I'll figure it out eventually.
There's always time.
Right.
Mason, thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
And good luck the rest of the season. Good luck on your college season.